Всім привіт, слава Україні! Це друга частина проходження DLC місії Королівський лікар. В цій частині будемо робити чумну маску і шукати реліквію, щоб отримати 2 ачівки відповідно за них. Ну і, звичайно, трохи ближче наблизимось до розгадки таємниці цього монастиря і самої хвороби. А я нагадаю, що тепер, як хвороба почала розповсюджуватись, абат віддав наказ закрити монастир, і всім заборонено тепер ходити по території. Тому тут вже будемо бавитись у шпійонів. Вас побачить один раз, то вроді буде просто догана, а на другий раз вас виженуть, тим самим і DLC вас закінчиться неудачею. І я десь тут спалився, не знаю де точно, десь на середині ігри, але тепер як мене хтось буде бачити з охорони, одразу нападає. І це мені ще трошки більше ускладнило ігру. Є позначки на таймлайні, якщо ви щось шукаєте конкретне. А так, жмакайте кнопкою, я буду вам вдячний. Тож, приємного перегляду і сподіваюсь, ви знайдете у відео те, що шукали.
What now?
This whole situation keeps getting worse. How am I meant to treat a disease I know almost nothing about? This can't end well.
Then what do you suggest? The abbot's forbidden us from going anywhere outside the infirmary.
Not only that, he's had the monastery gates shut. No one's allowed in.
Or out. Ludolf's men are even patrolling the grounds. We're literally imprisoned.
Still, something must be done. The beds are nearly full, and there's not endless space on the floor either.
Henry, I know I've no right to ask this of you.
Speak plainly. What do you need?
Straight to the point. You remind me of myself. I always used to urge Альбік too, remember?
How could I forget? You young ones are always rushing about. But to the point. Search the church crypt. If there's a plague grave down there, uncovered by that collapse, then at least we'll know for sure.
But surely no one would have buried plague victims there. That's where the abbot's tombs are.
I'm not looking to confirm it. On the contrary, I want to rule it out. I still don't believe we're dealing with plague. I'll stay here and tend to the sick.
Let me assist you, friend.
Thank you. I appreciate that. There's enough work here for the both of us. Henry, try speaking with the workers repairing the collapsed floor. In the best case, they might have noticed something. In the worst case, they'll already be showing symptoms of the disease.
And how do I get there? I'm not even supposed to poke my nose outside.
If they catch him wandering somewhere he shouldn't be, they'll have him thrown out.
And the abbot will find out we're investigating the source of the outbreak despite his explicit orders. But this is about lives. Henry, I believe you can do it.
I'll do what must be done.
Hold on. In Italy, physicians wear a kind of hood with a mask. It protects them from foul air and perhaps even the plague.
True.
Sounds good. But where am I meant to get one around here?
With a bit of skill, you can make it yourself. All you need for the hood is a piece of leather. You'll need to hang fragrant herbs around the collar, something like mint or sage.
Might as well perfume myself all over.
You jest. But yes. The less foul air you breathe in, the better.
You can use the workbench in the alchemical workshop to make...
All right. I'll be off then.
Best of luck.
And with you.
Так.
I'll have to watch out for those patrolling knights.
Так, але де вони є? Я вроді би зайшов звідси. Сюди, ні? Так. То мені вниз. Мені зараз вліво і вліво. А як я маю його пройти? Ну, збережемося. Нарешті. За купу годин. Так, він сюди йде. А, я мав цьому чуваку квіти принести, а не приніс.
What's that?
Я не можу його обікрасти? Ні? І не добити нічого? Ну окей. Так, це до льоху, це нам не того. А що цей робить тут? Опс.
Please leave. Did you not hear the abbot's orders?
Forgive the intrusion, Brother Librarian.
An apology will not spare us this dreadful illness, but obeying the abbot's orders might. Haven't you heard them? I moved in here so I could continue my work and keep the mandated solitude. So leave me in its safe embrace and go away.
I understand, but I've come on an urgent matter.
And I'm urgently asking you to leave me be. I don't want to catch the illness and stand before the Lord. Not yet.
Блін. Ну давай.
You needn't worry. I've used aromatic herbs to cleanse the bad air. That should protect us from the illness.
Truly? Will that be enough?
Not entirely, but it helps greatly. And it's the best that can be done here. I use mint and sage. I suggest you get hold of some too, to keep the air clean around you.
Thank you for the advice. I'll have some brought in.
May I ask you a favor then?
But please, keep it brief.
Brother Librarian, I need your help.
What is it?
This might sound odd, but do you have that book where I could find a recipe for aromatic oil?
My answer may sound even odder. I do. It's on the stand over there. One of my brothers was searching for a recipe, an oil for hardened heels, from working out in our garden. Perhaps it will be of use to you as well.
Де? Тут? О, про пахучі олії. Чудесно. То що далі? Приготувати, дістати мотузку. Десь на будівництві. Ух. Добре. Не там, де, коротше, треба, але знайшли мотузку. Ну, не там, де очікувалось.
I've got everything I need to make the plague mask. Now, just to actually
Нарешті.
make it.
Ух. Що я тут роблю? Давайте. Нарешті. А в кінець. Ефірна олія. О. Ну то добре. Валер'яна і шавлія. Добре. І валер'яна. Так, що там пише? Подрібнити шавлію і додати їй до казна. Добре. Ромашки, ми не виклали ромашки. Ромашка. Добре. Ну, почали. Раз. Два. Три. Так, додати одну шаблію. Правильно? Так. Валер'яну. Ой, назад. Ух. Не, я все одно так якби закип'ятив, так що не цей. Просто злити. Це була остання помилка. Так, пахуча олія є. Ага, ну. Мотузка, пахуча олія. Ага, пахуча олія тільки одна треба. Добре. М'ята. Хух. Є, ачівка.
Works.
Так, це було насправді важко.
How long do you think we'll be standing here? As long as God will, and as long as His grace the abbot requires it. Right. Maybe, fancy going for a walk? I'll keep watch here for a bit. You sure? I'd be happy to stay here with you. That's all right. Your legs must be going numb by now anyway, eh? Bet, yeah. All right then. But I'll be back soon. You can't be here.
Добре, добре, все, я пішов.
That's it. And next time, don't go creeping around where you don't belong.
Цей вже повертається. Ну, давайте попробуємо в кущах покласти.
I'll use them, no doubt. But hey,
I need to ask you something.
Look, you probably shouldn't be here, right? You heard the talk. They say there's some pestilence going round.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm here. Tell me everything you know, or a disease will be the least of your worries.
All right, no need to get worked up. Fine, what do you want to know?
Have you noticed anything odd lately? Suspicious?
What, during work? We're at it from dusk till dawn. No time to be watching what's going on.
Sure, but while you're working, you must hear a thing or two. You know how folk chatter while they work.
Well, I suppose there are two groups of workers here. Us lot working above ground, and another lot working down in the crypt. We don't talk to each other much.
Why not?
They're a right bunch of bastards. Maybe because they've been at it longer than us. They hardly ever come up before we knock off. Some of them probably even sleep down there. Ugh.
Так, добре.
Why are there two crews here?
We take care of everything above ground. They're dealing with that collapse into the crypt. We hardly ever see each other.
Where can I find the other crew?
Their tents are right next to the monastery wall.
Who's in charge of your lot?
Now, Andra, our foreman. But the work's clearly laid out. He doesn't have time to be breathing down our necks all the time.
I haven't seen him around. Where can I find him?
No idea. Truth be told, I haven't seen him myself in a while.
And that doesn't strike you as odd?
You think, what, he's sick too?
Well, he's definitely not in the infirmary. Hopefully he's all right. Thanks. That'll be all.
Окей. Обшукайте речі робітників. Я сподіваюся, вони тут. Угу.
Now that looks a bit dodgy.
Так.
Let's hope the mask does the trick. A map of the underground. They were robbing the graves. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, rotting corpses. A drawing of some kind of cross. Hey? What's this?
Ой, тільки не кажіть це. Ну добре, розібрати. Ну, тільки не кажіть, що закрили. Ага. Зламати замок. Та я можу закрити цей відкрити замок, але. Давай почитаємо. Угу. Поняв. І поняв. Нічого нового. Якщо я відкрию, то вони мене піймають. Ну, поїхали.
This crypt carries on.
Що тут робить Паленка? Ну, ще раз. Де ця матриця була? Тум-дум-дум-тум. Ага, вот. То хто там є? Так що мені робити? Я ще так багато не зберігався ніколи.
The bastard. You must know about Bavora.
А як я маю захиститися?
You're not getting out of here alive.
Ну, як я маю захиститися від них?
Calm down. I surrender. Piece of shit. Come on.
Та ні, камон. Це жесть. Ну да, але як я маю захиститись? Тим самим. Мідь, металобрухт? Я мав там знайти якийсь цей меч чи що?
Fucking hell. Why is he poking his nose into this?
Ну да, проти 3 озброєних, блін, без обладунків. Ну нафіг. Твою мать. Тільки не кажіть, що побачив. Та невже мені пощастило. Упс. Добре. Ледве якось з горем пополам.
Christ, Albik! What happened? Are you alright?
I am, yes. But it looks like we've been robbed.
Як?
Why? And who did it, for Christ's sake?
Gentlemen, please, keep it down. You're disturbing the patients. For God's sake, what happened here? What a mess.
What do you think? Someone was clearly looking for something.
But there's nothing of value here.
Well, actually,
Альбік! You brought them here? What were you thinking?
and was I supposed to leave them unsupervised?
And? Were they stolen?
Thank the Lord, no. I still had them on me.
Can someone tell me what exactly was nearly stolen?
As you know, Henry, I spend a good part of my life at King Wenceslas's court, tending to his health. Thanks to that, I learned much about his private life, what ailed him, how and when he got injured, and what treatments I used. I recorded all my findings and methods, partly in case anyone cast doubts on them, and partly for others to copy, if necessary. If these detailed records were to fall into the wrong hands, I dare not imagine the consequences.
Plenty of folk would pay handsomely for them.
Or tried to steal them for that very reason? So what now? Do we report this to the abbot?
I don't think that would be wise. After all, nothing's actually been stolen. And I'd rather not trouble him unnecessarily.
Exactly. After our last meeting, I think we all benefit from a bit of distance.
But we still don't know who to suspect.
Surely you realize the abbot himself might be interested in those records.
Father Jan? Nonsense. We've known each other for years.
Not quite well enough. When he heard you were coming, he was pressing me to persuade you to let him read them.
But that's out of the question. Absolutely not.
That's exactly what I told him. The look on his face. If looks could kill, I'd be dead.
How did he even hear about them?
Their existence is no secret. Even King Sigismund mentioned them to me once or twice. And if he ever said anything in front of the abbot...
And the thief waited until the monastery was closed?
So, Альбік isn't leaving. Even if he wanted to.
Let's not jump to conclusions. And don't start pointing fingers. Henry, go and ask Brother Benedict and Dinesh in the infirmary if they noticed anything. Maybe we'll get lucky.
All right, then. I'll return to my patients and...
Right. Agreed.
От як їх могли пограбувати, от скажіть мені, якщо, коротше, у них, ну, крім цих людей, тут ніхто не міг бути, ніхто не входити і не виходити. Окей. І де вони є? Ага, вони прямо тут.
You'd best move along.
Що читаєш?
Did you see anyone go in or out of our room?
I'm not sure. I think I saw a monk go in. I couldn't say who.
A monk? You mean Benedict?
No, it wasn't him. But hard to say. Damn it, why do they all look the same in here?
It's not exactly helpful, I know. Any idea when that was?
Roughly an hour ago, maybe 2. Has something happened?
Damn it. Never mind. Better if you ask Zacharias.
Він там ще й все перевернув. Тут, блін, тиша, блін, гробова.
God be with you. What do you need?
Щось він не виглядає хворим.
Did you notice anything suspicious this past hour?
One of the sick men has been throwing up constantly, and I suspect another one's faking it to skip work.
No. I need to know if anyone's been nosing around our room.
I spent most of my time with the vomiting one, or out in the yard scrubbing his bedding. I didn't see anyone.
Someone went through our room, or rather tossed it all about. Likely looking for something.
And what about the alchemy lab? Was that turned over too?
No. I think that one's untouched.
Oh, thank God. I'll go check it anyway, just to be sure. Was anything stolen?
That's the thing. Nothing was taken, so we don't even know what they were after.
I should have been more watchful, right? I'm sorry. I promise I'll keep a better eye on things from now on.
Don't beat yourself up. It's not...
Добре, а ну.
Will you tell me more about yourself?
I can try. What would you like to know?
Мені треба знати, хто вони є.
How did you get to the monastery?
Very well. My parents are long dead, but I have 3 older brothers as well as 2 sisters. You see, I'm not a fighter, so I didn't join the army, and after paying for my sisters' weddings, I couldn't afford to go to university.
So you had no choice?
Something like that. But I'm happy to be here. In just under 2 years, I've learnt many things.
What did you do before you joined the abbey?
When my parents were still alive, I cared for them. And when they died, I started my postulancy.
Ну, він мені здається підозрілим трохи. Якщо, звісно, будуть питатися.
God be with you.
Ну, давайте йдемо, поговоримо, коротше, з ним перш.
I spoke with Benedict and Dennis. Neither noticed a thing.
I thought as much. We've all had our hands full here. So, we still know nothing.
I might have something, but I'm not sure yet how it ties to those records.
What do you mean?
I went down to the crypt, and I found open tombs and rotting corpses.
Good God!
No sign of a mass grave, though. Just individual tombs.
That's both good and bad news. At least we can now rule out the plague. But if the workers caught something from the air around those tombs, then anyone else could catch it too. Why did they even open them?
They were probably looking for something inside. I found this sketch.
That looks like the emblem of the Kingdom of Jerusalem. But why would they look for it among deceased abbots? Even putting aside that it's sacrilege, I don't see the connection.
Nor do I. But there must be one, because they locked me in the crypt over it.
What?
I managed to get out and ran straight back to you. But I was interrupted by this ransacked room.
Maybe we'd better keep all this to ourselves. For now, at least. You might ask Crispin about the coat of arms too. With luck, he'll find something in the archives that sheds some light on how it all connects to those open tombs. But best do it tomorrow. This evening's been more than enough. One adventure a day is plenty.
Agreed. Let's clear up the room, then sleep.
We'll be wiser come morning.
Друга ночь куда? Це я.
Shopping beast. Kick its ass. You stop that, for Christ.
Good morning, everyone. I trust you've had a decent sleep. The sick are waiting, and being tired doesn't excuse us from our duties.
All right, give me a moment. Then we'll go and check on the patients. And where's Benedict, anyway?
If I may, gentlemen. Haven't you heard? There was a fire here last night.
A fire? Here at the monastery?
The small shed by the mill house burned down, but it was probably just an unfortunate accident. Thank the Lord it's all over now.
And no one was hurt?
Well, that's the thing. No one burned, but there were 2 men in the shed. Or rather, 2 bodies.
Bodies? Whose were they, for God's sake?
That... I don't know, sir.
Who found them? And how did he get them out?
Elijah, one of the lay brothers. He ran into the flames thinking he could save them, but they were already dead.
And what was he doing outside in the middle of the night? You don't suppose he had something to do with it?
He's never been any trouble. There's no reason to suspect him.
And how do you know they didn't die in the flames? Just because they weren't burnt to cinders doesn't prove anything.
I didn't see them, but they said there were no burns, and it didn't look like they'd suffocated either.
So, how did they end up there? What killed them? Didn't anyone tell you about them?
They were sent to be washed, but the washers noticed, signs.
How do you know about these signs? Did someone examine them?
No, they were only to be washed, but when the signs of illness were spotted, the abbot ordered them locked away in the hops store. Ludolf promised he'd send one of his men to guard the door. No one is to go near them.
That was highly irresponsible. Someone needs to examine them thoroughly. We can't afford uncertainty.
You want to bring them to the infirmary with the others? No. No, let them stay locked away somewhere separate.
Are you afraid the other sick might get even worse? At least we could have them all in one place.
Was anyone else there besides Elijah?
No, or at least no one I know of. I'll leave you to it now. If you need me, I'll be with the sick.
I'm going to. Disease? Fire? What next? A swarm of locusts?
First they ransacked my room, now this. I don't like it one bit.
Do you think the fire's got anything to do with what they were after in your chambers?
Who knows? I feel like someone wants us gone, and they're trying to frighten us into leaving.
All the more reason to get to the bottom of this.
But I can hardly go poking around myself to find out what really happened.
Don't worry. That's what I'm here for.
Well, maybe Zacharias was right after all. You never know when an aid like that might come in handy. So, what's your plan?
Quite a few things, actually. I should probably speak with the lay brother who pulled the bodies out of the flames. I'll take a look around the burned down shed. There might still be some clues.
Good idea. It might have just been an accident.
What about the corpses? You said you wanted to examine them.
And that's what I'll do. We can't afford doubts when there's a deadly illness spreading.
But
If he's got any sense at all, he'll understand this is serious. A proper diagnosis is key to the next step.
Наказом навіть розум змушений коритися? Ні, ніфіга.
someone searched our room just a while ago. And who knows what they'd do if they caught you wandering around alone. I won't have that on my conscience. Better you stay here, and I'll sort it somehow.
So what you're saying is, use an unorthodox approach.
Well, I'm no physician like you, but I've learnt a lot about the illness. I could say I'm your apprentice.
That won't be enough.
Then I'll explain to him the same way you did to me. We need to examine them and find out what was wrong with them, or we'll never get anywhere with treatment.
That's probably best. But you must examine them thoroughly. And don't be repulsed.
So, what exactly should I be looking for?
Anything unusual. You know well the symptoms the sick here have, but a keen eye may spot other signs too. If you're not sure, just try to remember what you saw. If you describe it to me later, I should be able to identify it.
I can't think of anything else.
Nor can I. Well then.
Так. Оглянути тіла. Цей. Добре.
I'm investigating the source of that illness that's been spreading around here. And I could use your learned knowledge.
I'm listening.
I came across the symbol of the Kingdom of Jerusalem during my investigation. And I was wondering if you might have any records or anything that might be connected to it.
If memory serves, something should definitely be here. I even dabbled in it myself long ago. We have the legacy of a knight named Boleslav Bavor, who journeyed through the Holy Land and visited Jerusalem. There was some connection to the monastery crypt, if I recall.
Really? Because I actually came across it in the crypt.
What? What are you talking about?
Well, I ran into some laborers down there. From what I gathered, they were trying to rob some of the graves, and they were looking for something tied to the Jerusalem cross.
By Christ, they were after the relic.
What are you talking about? What relic?
There's a possibility that Bavor was buried here along with a certain relic. That's what got me interested back then.
What exactly did you discover back then?
Not much. That's why I soon gave it up. Aside from the travel records of Sir Bavor, there wasn't any further mention of anything that might be connected. In the end, I concluded that the whole tale of the relic was likely just Bavor's own fabrication.
That's a shame. It was just starting to get interesting. Still, I'd very much like to have a look at the travel records, just in case.
I'll be glad to show them to you to examine, but first we must report those vile thieves to the abbot.
You're right. The abbot ought to be told, but it's probably not wise to burden him with it now. Right now, we need to deal with the illness. Once things have settled down, we can make sure those thieves get what they deserve. Besides, we've got almost no proof yet. If I manage to investigate the matter of Bavor more thoroughly, I might stumble on something.
Still, it's a serious thing. We mustn't wait too long.
Of course. Once I've gathered the evidence, I'll explain everything to the abbot straight away. And now I'd like to take a proper look at Bavor's travel records.
Of course. Give me a few moments. I'll find them for you. And I believe Bavor's name also appeared in some old accounts.
Давай. Скоріше.
Here you go.
Скоріше шукай.
Bavor's travel records about his journey through the Holy Land. And I've also found these old accounts. Feel free to study them too.
Oh. It really says here that he acquired a holy relic. Let's see how it continues. According to the journal, Bavor had himself buried here with his holy treasure. That sounds pretty clear. Let's see what the accounts say. So Bavor gave the monastery a generous donation and paid for a chapel mural painting. And still, despite all the records and mentions,
Are you
Crispin
still
had
so
his
enamored
doubts.
with Lord Bavor?
I read the journal. A lovely tale. It really brought the Holy Land to life.
And?
And it says the relic Bavor acquired was a splinter from the true cross of Christ.
Holy Virgin! Such a sacred treasure!
And according to the book, Sir Boleslav was to be buried with the relic in the monastery crypt.
So it says in the book. I also found my old notes and remembered how it all went back then. I too searched for Bavor's grave. I even dared venture into the crypt, but despite all my efforts, I never found it.
And what did you do after that?
Once I was convinced none of the graves belonged to Bavor, I laid the matter before the abbot, but not our father Jan. This was over 20 years ago when Abbot Vitus held office. May the Lord grant him eternal peace. Together we came to the conclusion that Bavor's tale was likely at least partly, perhaps entirely, made up.
Why would it be made up? Surely Sir Boleslav wouldn't lie about something so serious.
The book's one thing, but there's not a single other mention anywhere. The grave's missing, the relic's nowhere to be found. Can you think of another explanation, then?
The account books mention that Bavor had a sarcophagus made at his own expense.
That's possible. Does it mean anything?
If he paid for it himself, there had to be a reason. Masonry work like that is no small matter. And it's odd, isn't it? He sorted it all out in detail with the monastery to have his tomb here. Then he wasn't even buried here.
You're right. I never made that connection before.
Bavor mentions in his journal that he received a great fortune from the King of Cyprus, and the account records say he gave a generous donation to the monastery. Do you think that was made up too?
They confirm at best that Bavor had wealth, not where it came from. According to the late Abbot Vitus, he might have gained that fortune by plundering or as spoils of war, and the tale of the Holy Land was just a cover to mask the dishonorable origin of his riches.
Well, I've never been to the Holy Land, but I've seen plenty of wrongdoings, even here in Bohemia. And if Bavor really wanted to cover up how he got his coin, he could have built a village, built a fortress, or who knows, bought up a mine. He could have done any number of smarter things than spinning a tale about a heroic journey halfway across the world, don't you think?
I'm no expert in fraud, but yes, he chose a rather complicated cover-up if that's what it was.
And then there's the relic. If Bavor had just wanted to raise his reputation with a good story, why claim to have gained something so rare?
Perhaps out of vanity? There's no shortage of that among the nobility.
But his tale's already heroic enough without it. Making up a relic would only draw unwanted attention.
That's a good point. It'd be too risky.
But why would Bavor do that? What would he gain by deceiving everyone here?
If memory serves, he had some disputes over property. Maybe he wanted to improve his reputation.
Well, that's mentioned in the text. But lies wouldn't have helped him. Quite the opposite if he'd been found out.
Be surprised how short-sighted some folk can be. But I agree, something about it doesn't sit right.
Don't you think this whole thing is a bit too complicated? Every explanation for why Bavor would lie seems more convoluted than just acknowledging it's true.
Listening to you now, it's like hearing my younger self. And I sound exactly like Abbot Vitus. His view was that Bavor's story was fiction. He told me I'd be better off letting it go.
What exactly did he say?
That I should stop chasing old crusaders and focus on real, meaningful work.
Vitus isn't here anymore. So we can pick up where you left off. And maybe we'll finally unravel Bavor's mystery together.
If that relic really does exist, and it surfaced now, it'd surely be a sign from the Lord, a sign of hope in these desperate times.
Don't get ahead of yourself. We've not even found Bavor's tomb. Without it, we're stuck. I'll return to the crypt and see if the workers left any trace.
I might have missed something myself back then. Take this and study it closely. It's a drawing of Bavor's family coat of arms I came across years ago. According to this, you'll know if it's truly the grave of Sir Boleslav. Even the mural in the chapel that Bavor had commissioned shows his coat of arms.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll head off at once.
Just be careful, please. You know...
Don't worry.
And in the crypt, show respect to the...
Добре, як скаже. Так, що він нам дав? Карту дав, правильно? Ти, коротше, туди в склеп. Та, його обшукати. Давай ще раз попробуємо. Я його тоді був відволікав, коротше, нормально.
What do you think? Filth, damp, and stale air.
Але затупив, ну.
Those workers who... What? Did I imagine it?
Давай дальше. А, ні, дальше, туди. Добре. Ще туди йди. Поки він там, тут мені треба його нашкодити. О. Бо тоді він там зверху стояв, дивився і мене спалив. Тіло треба віднести, щоб він його не бачив. Так, я не зрозумів, що F означає. Ага. Знайти розпис Болеслава і цей.
Abbot Vitus. Crispin mentioned him. Let's hope he forgives us for digging into Bavor's story again.
Ага, це не той герб. І це не той герб. Там був стрілою, правильно? Це кабан.
Looks more like an abbot's tomb from the carving. Good thing. I'll be shifting that rubble for days on my own. Bavor's crest. So it's true.
Це, а де він побачив ту стрілу? Ну, давай.
What? That's not Bavor. I need to tell Crispin.
Я маю розказати... Ага, я ще маю знайти цей розпис. Коли ти граєш не на такій складності... О, можна обікрасти. О. Ну давайте якась бородата сокира. Грошенята. Рукавиці візьму. Добре. Зараз я хочу це, типа, пройти безпалівно. Я думаю, там за це ще має бути ачівка, за те, що я безпалівно це все пройшов. Ух ти, повезло. Давай. Вибрався з ями, це дуже важливо, що я вибрався, бо там дуже її файно охороняли. Дивна дивина. Ага, вот, є, оглянут. Ух.
Holy relics hidden in barrels of olives. Just like he wrote in his travel records. And the attack by Mamluk bandits. No doubt Bavor had courage aplenty.
Ні, не помилитись.
The start of Bavor's journey. That's probably Venice and Jerusalem. The King of Cyprus, Knight Bavor, and his relic. Though that shield looks a bit different than the one in Crispin's sketch. It's almost the same. Only on the mural, it's got that inner scutcheon added. They gave a lot of space to Bavor's crest and his elevation. Likely at the knight's own request. And the crest's all in one, with an angel and the relic. That must mean something.
Добре, розібрались.
No, that's probably useless. Ah, Henry!
Та-та.
Brother Crispin,
Henry, I searched through the archives again to see if I might still find something on Bavor, but so far nothing. And your search in the crypt? Did you dare go down there?
I dared, and I found a walled-off secret chamber.
What? I'd never heard of such a thing. Even Abbot Vitus never said a word about it.
It was walled up. There must have been a reason for that. But at least it explains why you couldn't find Bavor's sarcophagus all those years ago.
Well, at least now I don't feel quite so foolish. But if there was a sarcophagus, was there also, you know?
No. I was hoping, but I don't think it's that simple. There's a sarcophagus with Bavor's crest, but Bavor isn't the one lying in it.
What? You?
I had to know. Judging by the robes, I'd say it's an abbot or some other high-ranking cleric.
Good Lord, that's truly strange.
swear it's true. But now I haven't the faintest idea what to do next. I was kind of hoping you might come up with an explanation. That chamber looked untouched for years.
Explanations do come to mind, but they're purely speculation. It's possible Bavor was never buried here at all. Or perhaps his grave was moved.
Another thought just occurred to me. What if Abbot Vitus was the first to go looking for Bavor? He found him, maybe even took the relic, and then tried to cover it all up.
But why would an abbot do such a thing?
I don't know. I'm only thinking aloud. But you must admit, it can't be ruled out.
Perhaps not. But before jumping to conclusions, let's examine the other possibilities. It's quite possible the remains were moved, and that's why Abbot Vitus shut down my investigation. It is a sensitive matter, after all.
So where could they have moved Bavor to?
Most likely to the consecrated field next to the monastery, or the graveyard by the infirmary church of St. Cosmas and Damian.
Святих Кузьми. Ну да, Кузьма був святий.
Hang on. That consecrated field is enormous. I'll be searching for weeks, and I can't even get in there now. Better to scout the infirmary church first.
God be with you, Henry. I hope you manage to find Bavor at last.
Окей. Розпитайте свідка. Ага. Гляньте знайдені тіла.
Bit neglected, but otherwise a nice place for one's final rest. I hope I find Bavor here, so I don't have to search the whole consecrated field. I'd rather meet someone alive now.
О,
Boleslav's crest! At last! I hope its lord lies somewhere nearby. And the rest.
о, гарний меч.
I hope the armor, the crest, the sword. It has to be him. The valiant knight Boleslav Bavor. May his soul rest in peace. Only no sign of the relic. But then again, the mural showed that in his scutcheon in his crest. Forgive me, Master Bavor. You won't be needing it anymore. My God.
О,
Crusader sword that saw the Holy Land. A true honor. Let's see if I understood it right.
о. А, от що це за реліквія?
Praise be to thee, Almighty Lord.
Палець
Praise be
Божий?
to thee, merciful Christ, who suffered on the cross for us.
Mhm.
Thank you for remembering us sinners in this time of trial, and for letting me find this treasure.
Amen. Nice choice of last words.
О, ачівка. Ви знайшли священну реліквію.
Drop your weapons. There's been enough evil done here already.
There'd have been a lot less if you'd kept your nose out of it. Get him! Take the relic from him! Now you're gonna die!
Ей.
Enough.
Fuck you and your
I give up.
Ні. Хлопці, почекайте. Так. А ну. Взяти меч. А ну, почекайте. Я не хочу нікого вбивати.
Come on then!
Ну справді, я не хочу нікого вбивати. Ну бляха-муха, ну ви знущаєтесь? З мечом я набагато вправніший.
I'll rip your ass open! Show your stuff! I'm all
Ах ти.
We're gonna gut you, you whore son! What do you want? No, you don't! Take that fucker out, damn it!
Ну.
I'm all yours!
Ух, ну. Ну я не знаю, чи це мала бути ачівка, типу, щоб ніхто не постраждав від мого розслідування. Угорський флорент. Таке перший раз бачу. До речі, піхва — це якраз там, де зберігаються мечі. Це не...
I got word there was a
Це
fight
не
here.
матюк.
What in the Virgin Mary's name happened?
They attacked me. I was only defending myself.
On monastery grounds. That's most serious. The abbot must be informed without delay. The brothers will escort you to him. I'll look around a bit more and join you soon. I also want to hear what you've got to say.
Forgive me, sir. But I don't think I can endure a questioning right now.
I know you're wounded. The brothers will tend to you first. Don't worry about that. I hate to interrupt your grace, but something's happened that urgently requires your attention.
Did you bring more news from Masters Альбік and Zacharias? How fare our sick?
No, my lord. I've brought Henry here because we apprehended him in the infirmary graveyard. There was a fight. 3 men were killed, and the grave of the bearer of the arrow crest was looted.
Slav Bavor? I was just telling his grace about him. The relic. Was it there?
Yes. Bavor had it placed in the compartment in the sarcophagus lid. A fragment of Christ's cross. Just as Bavor's travel record said.
Incredible.
Such a treasure hidden away and waiting to be revealed in a time of need. Praised be Jesus Christ.
Now and forever. And praised be the Virgin Mary, our protector.
But now, back to what
Virgin
Rudolph
Mary.
said. Did 3 people truly lose their lives?
They attacked me. I only defended myself.
But who were they? Where did they come from?
I got on the trail of the relic when I caught workers searching the monastery crypt. But those bandits... They clearly have my trail, too, since they came right for me. I reckon it's all connected, somehow.
I never told anyone. Not until just now, to his grace. And we were alone.
Rudolph, how is it that armed men managed to breach my monastery?
Please accept my apology, Your Grace. The grounds are vast and complex, and with our numbers we simply can't guard it all. I take full responsibility and will do everything in our power to ensure this doesn't happen again.
Thank you. I'm counting on you. First, the collapse in the church. Then, a foul sickness. A fire. More deaths. And now, armed raiders.
It's becoming too much for our already dwindling order. Why is the Lord punishing us?
Punishing or testing? That relic, it's a sign, a promise of hope.
Perhaps, Crispin. Let's hope we interpret the Lord's intentions correctly. Henry, on my behalf and on that of our brotherhood, I thank you for recovering such a treasure for us. Let the disturbance of Sir Bavor's grave be forgiven, for you were guided by divine providence.
Thank you, Your Grace. I was glad to do it.
Ludolf, escort Henry to the infirmary. I'll keep the relic here and remain in prayer and contemplation.
As you command.
На цьому моменті буду я прощатись. Як ви бачите, чомусь ви не почали на мене атакувати просто так, але я не можу зрозуміти чому і де я протикавши. Ну, це вже мої проблеми. В будь-якому випадку знайшли реліквію і зробили чумну маску, і отримали ще 2 ачівки. Третя частина буде фінальна. Ми розкриємо таємницю і знаємо, хто за цим всім стоїть. А на цьому в мене все. Слава Україні, бережіть себе та допомагайте ЗСУ. І до наступних випусків.